Hello everyone. Thank you for joining yet another Lead Squared webinar. I'm Saleha Mariam. I oversee product marketing at Lead Squared. And today's session is one that we've all been looking forward to. Before we get on, I'd like to introduce our amazing panel. We've got Sachin, who's the Director of Product Marketing at Lead Squared, and Amog, our Senior Solution Consultant. Okay, beyond the buzzwords, Sachin is the man behind Lead Squared's AI-powered customer support platform. This person right here, everybody. We're going to talk about his brainchild today. And Amog is an encyclopedia, a human encyclopedia of all things that impact customer experience. You name it, Amog has helped the client who's faced it. Between our speakers, we've got over 25 years of experience, so you're in really safe hands today because 25 years is more than I've been alive. So before we get on, I'll just leave you with 2 pointers so that you can get the best return on investment on the time you're investing in this session. Number one, at the bottom right of your screen, you'll see a chat tab. You have questions for our speakers, you're facing technical issues, you want to say hi to the team, anything, just put it in the chat tab and we'll get back. Second, most importantly, we'll be running a few polls during the session. Nothing suspicious, we just want to know a bit more about you. It helps us know, if you're on the right track and if we're giving you what you're actually here to seek. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it to Sachin and Mog now. Before I go though, we have a surprise towards the end of the session. So stick around. Over to you, Sachin.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Saleha, for the nice introductions. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining the webinar today. So Saleha has already introduced me and Amog. So today we are going to talk about how, with the invent of generative AI 1 year back, how are we placed to use generative AI in customer support, and how can companies benefit from it, not just from the perspective of customer support. We will talk a bit about the entire customer experience gamut as well. So I will hand it over to Amog to start the presentation and talk about what is the trend that we are seeing in customer support, customer service across industries, across the world, and how AI can help, how our product and the integrations that we do with external products can help in this area. So over to you, Amog. You can start, and then I will talk about how the product can actually help using generative AI in customer experience.
Sure, Sachin. Thank you so much. Hey, everyone. A very good evening to you all. I think as the a term stands, customer support with AI, right? Based on our research and our understanding, what we figured out, especially in today's day and age and in today's generation, 90% of customers expect instant responses, right? Especially from customer support. Gone are the days where customers were willing to wait 1 day, 2 days, etc., for any kind of resolution or responses on their queries. Now, with the advent of bots and with the advent of instant messaging, it's all instant, right? Similarly, 71% of them expect the responses to be personalized. When we say personalized, typically it says, right, let's say for example, I've asked a question and the bot is supposed to know what my previous history or previous conversation has been, right? And accordingly, the bot is expected to respond, or the customer support agent is expected to respond, right? Accordingly, there is an expectation of personalization in terms of a particular channel. Now, I, as a customer, may prefer, let's say, WhatsApp as a channel. Some other customer may prefer, say, telephony or calls as a channel. Some others, email, chatbot, etc. Right? So accordingly, it goes on and on with regard to what a customer is looking for. Now, while we are talking about the customer side of things here, let's look at the other side of the coin as well, right? Which is your organizations, which is basically folks who are a part of today's conversation, right? So while the customer is asking for so many things, right? Instant data, instant response, and things like that. What is expected to be given to an agent and an organization when somebody like us is solving their issues, right? So one of the first things that is necessary for an agent that we have figured out as of today is instant data availability, right? So which means that let's assume a customer has reached out to us, and agent would look at the necessary data for them to be able to resolve the customer issue instantly with respect to that ticket, without having to go anywhere, which is of course a fair ask, right? Similarly, while we are talking about instant data availability, organizations, we understand, are looking for intelligent applications, not just applications which are set up via rule-based technology, right? They're looking for an application which is intelligent in nature and is able to support an agent in resolving as many issues or making them as efficient as possible, right? So some of the expectations, as you are seeing here, could be chatbots, brief summaries of tickets before they get into the ticket resolution, say intelligent responses from the system itself before the agent is able to respond, etc. Right? So I guess on that note, Sachin, I'm sure that with your experience in place, you would have also seen these kind of expectations, right? Now, with your brainchild, that is service CRM, how would you say we can help both the sides of the coin, that is the end customer as well as the organizations, meet their requirement here?
Sure. So, Amok, thank you so much for bringing up those numbers. I think it is very important at this stage for us as businesses to understand that customers are expecting a very different level of customer service as opposed to 5-10 years before, when a lot of service that happened post sales was primarily either to sell something or to support something. In today's world, it is not just about support or sales, it is about the customer experience, the overall customer experience that customers are looking for. And with a lot of information being standardized across businesses, across industries, customers are expecting, if not immediate, near immediate answers to their queries, right? So that is the trend we see today. And if, for instance, you would, as a consumer, you would order food from Zomato, right, or Swiggy, and uh, you would order a cab from Uber. If you want to, if you received something that was wrong, right, in your order, or uh, your your driver just kept saying that I'm coming to your location and did not come after 15-20 minutes, which is pretty common in Bangalore. Uh, you would just contact support, and they don't have a phone line, right? So you can't call Uber, so you would go to their chat support and you would say that I booked the cab and the driver is not coming and you are charging me cancellation. So they have, because this is a common problem, they have pretty standard workflows set up for that, right? So uh, in today's world, as a consumer, we don't have time to wait uh, for few hours or a day to get our resolution. We want instant resolution because uh, we know the extent of the problem, and we know whether this can be resolved instantly or this will take time. So because brands are very competitive in offering great customer experiences today, as uh, as a B2B business also, for example, or a B2C business which may not be selling consumer products or doing delivery, which is like a day-to-day service. Even if you are in home loans industry or in stockbroking industry, people are still expecting very fast resolutions, right? So that is what, when we started building the service CRM product, we were aware that uh, one of the biggest problems that customer service agents face is, one, having the context of what problem is being talked about by the end customer, and what is the context of the end customer himself or herself, right? So that context is not readily available. And if you remember calling Airtel, let's say 5 years back or 8 years back, for something that is not working in your plan, or you were supposed to have internet and your internet is not working, they would ask you to share your mobile number and which plan did you take, where are you calling from, right? All those things have changed today. So nobody asks you for anything because they have the context available, right? So
Right.
that is the biggest change that we see today. And as a service CRM product, it is extremely important that our product supports those workflows, right? We are able to help lead squad customers, help their customers faster, right? So that is what we have built in the product. And and what we are doing in the product is, because we are with service, we are a complete CRM now, and we have the conversational product, the chat product as well. Now we offer an integrated customer lifecycle to our customers, from sales to service, right? So what that helps an agent who is talking to a customer, be it on chat or be it on telephone, is that they have the entire context of what has happened with the customer in the past, how many interactions have happened, uh, and if you, obviously, if you have a customer who has called you on your support number 7 times a day or 10 times a day, in a day, you know that the customer is irate, and you may want to um handle that customer carefully, right? So that information coming instantly to you as soon as a call pops up, or as soon as a new chat is assigned to you, is extremely helpful. And that is what we are trying to do, for not just for existing lead squad customers, but new customers that we acquire just with the service CRM product. Because with sales and service, the context combined, you have practically the entire customer information available, from when they started, which products have they bought, right? And you can see the timeline also, last 30 days, what are the purchases looking like, what offers are available for the customer. And since lead squad has a very extensive apps marketplace also, we enable our customers to bring in any other data source. It could be in financial industry, it could be products like loan management system, or in stockbroking, it could be cams, where all of your purchases are logged, right? So that, and in D2C, it could be Shopify, it could be WooCommerce, right? So that is where your data is. And we help customers get all the data from different sources and just pull everything in one screen, which you are seeing on the screen right now.
Okay.
Cool. And I would just talk about, so I talked about one aspect of CRM, which is having the sales and service data combined, and also the interaction data. There
Mhm.
is another aspect which is very important in today's world. As consumers, we want to get support on the channel of our choice. So it could be, in my case, uh, I may be very active on Instagram, right? And I follow the brand on Instagram. I want to get my support on Instagram direct message, right? So that is my expectation. And you may be very active on Facebook, and you may want to post on the brand's Facebook page, or tag them in a post and ask for support, right? So there are so many different ways of asking for support in today's world. And brands have to, they cannot offer support on the channel of their choice. They have to offer support on the channel of customer's choice, right? So
Obviously.
it is very important to have omni-channel support across WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, calls, email. It could be website forms as well, right? So our product is built in a way that it supports channels all across, right? And because we do the sales to service the entire cycle, we also help our customers to not just have a context of what has happened in terms of support queries, but if someone is praising the brand on social media also, those interactions can also be logged in the product. So that is the beauty of the product being omni-channel. Uh, to the audience, we have some polls running in the poll section. So if you go to the bottom right of your screen, you can go to the poll section. We would appreciate if you can submit your votes. And this is for us to understand from the attendees how you are solving your current challenges with customer service today, and so that we can take the context out of here, and when we are taking up the questions that have been asked during the webinar and before the webinar, we can discuss those, right? And if you have any questions, please feel free to drop those in the chat box. Okay, so talking about AI, and Amog, you will demonstrate the AI capabilities of the product later in the webinar, but I just want to talk about what can be done with AI in customer experience and customer support, the larger umbrella of what can be achieved with AI. So,
Right.
um, a major part where AI helps is to reduce the number of queries that come in to a business from customers, right? So one one major expectation from customers is to get the right response at the right time. They don't want to wait for a response, as we were discussing before, right? So what AI can help with is that when you are asking a question, and usually business would have a knowledge base or a set of FAQs which is derived from previous queries that have been received from customers, right? So what the system helps what our system, Lead Squared Service CRM, helps customers do is they can upload their knowledge base. It could be a document, it could be a link on from their website, and our chatbots, our system, our knowledge base can be trained on that. And when the end customer is trying to ask a question on chat, um, or it could be on email also, when they are trying to ask a question, uh, either the bot itself can answer a lot of queries for them, which essentially reduces the number of queries that come to an agent. And if it is on email, we can help agents get suggestions on what to reply, right? What should be the reply for a question that is asked by the customer, right? So just for an example, if I have taken a loan from a credit company, I may ask what is the status of my loan application, right? So for that for that kind of thing, what AI can do is it can just help with a standard answer that to track the status of your loan application, please go into this link and just put in your loan ID, and you will get the status of your application, right?
Right.
Which which a human cannot do anything more about, right? As an agent, you also would go to that page and practically read it from there, right? So it is better for the customer to just go to that link and key in their loan number and get the information, right? So that is the simplest thing AI can help with. And there could be complex scenarios, which one of which is what is visible on the screen that I'm sharing. So if you have a ticket where you have 10-15 conversations between agent and the customer, it helps you give the entire summary of the conversation, and it helps you tell the sentiment of the customer also, whether they are happy, frustrated, or they are neutral, right, or unhappy. So those sentiment of the customer helps you uh, bring empathy in your reply to the customer, right? And
Right.
the system also tells you what should be the action items for the agent, what are the action items you can suggest to the customer, right? So this is all AI generated, and agent can basically derive cues from here as to what to respond or how to respond to the customer, right? So these are some of the things that the product helps our customers with currently, and there are a lot of other things which we will not be covering today, but to summarize, I think in today's world, you cannot uh, you cannot take a stand as a business that I will not use AI at all, because there is a lot of benefit that comes as a part of adopting AI in your product, and um, it helps the end customer also. So overall, it helps you improve your customer experience and improve the customer satisfaction also, because um, with the generational change, we are comfortable talking to bots, right? We were like, our parents would not be comfortable talking to a bot. They would want to pick up the phone and talk to a customer support agent. But with our generation, we are pretty comfortable talking to bots, and if we can find an answer without talking to a human, I think we like it even more, right? So uh, yeah, so uh, that is the state in which customer experience is expected from the end customer, and our product is there to help lead squared customers implement that and improve their customer experience with it, right? So I have talked about the background a lot. I think everyone would want to see it in action and see the service CRM product also at this point. So I would pass on the stage to you, Amog, and you can share your screen and start the demo.
Sure, Hasan. Thank you so much for giving the necessary insights around what service CRM is striving to do. And at this point in time, I'd also showcase how different other things would work within our CRM itself, right? I'm just going to share my screen. I'm going to hope that it's be visible to everyone. Right. The screen is shared. Can I get a confirmation if it's visible?
Yes, Amog, go ahead.
All right. Thank you so much, Sachin. So, everyone, piggybacking on what we discussed so far, one is the problem statement, the other is the solution, right? So, the core aspect of our solution is also around how AI can help, how data can be instantly available to a support agent, maybe through an AI capability or through the system itself or through different systems in place, right, in a single system, and how the agent can make the whole experience a personalized one for the customer as well when they are trying to resolve a query or an issue. Now, what I would start off with is this particular page here. Now, this is a web page that we have and on which there is a bot posted, right? Now, this is not a simple bot where you configure rules and you get responses accordingly. Now, what the bot does is, through the power of AI again, it crawls through the entire web page or the website, right? and based on whatever question I may ask the bot, right, it would give me the necessary responses, right? So now I'll quickly set this up once again so that we can begin here, right? So let's say, for example, we could configure a scenario where the bot wants to try and understand who I am, right? So once it has understood who I am, it may ask me for some more information. And once it has done that, rest is all AI here, right? Now I can ask the bot any questions. Like we are considering a lending scenario here, right? It could be regarding let's say what lending services does the organization provide, or what are the interest, what is the interest levied on so and so loan, or what is the eligibility, etc. Right? Those could be any questions that we may ask. And let's say, for example, I am going to ask the bot key what services are offered, right? What the bot is right now doing is it is going through the web page, the different FAQ sections or different articles mentioned in the web on the website, and it is fetching me a response here. In any case that the bot is not able to fetch me a response, it would simply, be smart enough to hand me over to a live agent, right? So for example, here I have asked for what services are offered. It's talking about different types of bank accounts. It's also talking about cards, payment solutions, financing, investments, transfer services, etc. Right? So this is what the bot is giving me. It is not something that we have configured in. It is rather something that the bot has gotten on its own, right? Through the power of AI again. Now let me try another question, right? Let's say, for example, if there are withdrawals, are there any charges, for example, right? Is there any charge on withdrawals? Right? So I'm just asking about another question. So similarly, it can go on and on. So at any stage if the bot is unable to figure out what is the response, say, to be shared, or if that data is not available on the platform, that is when it will transform. Let's now, for example, charges for withholding. So in this case, that information may not be available on the platform, wherein the bot could redirect me to someone else, right? So this is what the bot is doing here, right? I'm not really configured anything. This is how AI can be working wonders for us on this kind of an occasion, right? So first of all, the first point of interaction for a customer, being a bot, being an AI bot, which can respond to their queries in an instant without any delay, right? So the second point in line is that the bot is asking me if I would like to be connected to an agent, right? So if there is no agent available, it will ask me to wait, or it will tell me that it's not able to transfer me to any agent, right? But in the case of any agent availability, what the bot would do is it would simply transfer to me an available agent, as you are seeing on the screen. Now, this communication can happen maybe from a WhatsApp, maybe from a web bot, as we just saw. And what an agent can simply do is they can simply go through the transcript of the bot, right? Which means what is the communication that the customer has gone through with the bot, right? Again, instant data available for the agent to talk to the customer. So the agent can identify that, hey, this is why the customer is, reaching out to me. They're asking me for the withdrawal charges, and immediately the agent can respond to the customer without delaying anything further. Now let's assume a scenario where the agent is unable to respond to a query or respond to a dispute or an issue that the customer is facing instantly, or be able to resolve it instantly. So in that case, we are not going to let the conversation hang. We are not going to let the conversation close on a dissatisfaction note, right? So what we will do in that case is we will simply ask the agent to create a ticket. Now, if you're noticing, while it was handled by a bot, now it is going back to an agent. In the case of an agent as well, the agent may or may not have visibility to the necessary set of data at their fingertips. In case they are unable to work out the data, all they need to do is they need to create a ticket and have the ticket available. Now on your screen, what you're seeing is the entire list of tickets that can be handed over to different agents in organizations. In some organizations, you might have instances where the same agent is working on chat as well as ticket. In some other organizations, you may have an instance where a particular set of agents are working on chat, particular set of agents are working on tickets, right? The assignment of all these chats and tickets accordingly can be done using the system itself, again, without any manual intervention in place. Now, let me take the example of one of my, tickets here, right? So that we also understand what is some other capability that can be utilized via an integrated experience or via the bot itself to showcase, in order to help us talk to the customer in a more engaging manner. Now, while this is how the ticket looks, like I was mentioning, in case let's assume the agent has created a ticket from chat, right? The chat is available right here. And as an agent, I have the ticket available right here, right? So in that case, the first and foremost thing that any agent would do is try to understand a bit about the customer. This is where we are talking about having data available from sales, service, the whole customer's life cycle in one place and showcase the instant data to the agent as well. So for example, here you have the customer's profile. Let's say from a lending perspective, what is the next EMI date? What is the loan account number? How many EMIs are pending for that particular customer? The EMI information, etc. Right? And on the other side, you have the ticket history of the customer, as well as you're seeing on this particular screen. All this is available to the agent on the application itself without having to go anywhere else. Now, while this is a set of information that is available to an agent from within our CRM, there are also instances where the data may be available on a different application, right? In which case, we do have the power to bring in different sets of information, maybe from your loan management systems, in the case of NBFC or a lending business, maybe from your Shopify or auto management systems in the case of a D2C, maybe from your learning management systems in the case of education or edtech, and so on and so forth, right? We can bring in those set of informations and keep them in front of the agent so that they are aware of every tiny detail about the customer without having to run around for the data, right? That's the power of what this particular kind of a view can offer to you as an organization as well as an agent. Now, the benefit of this is, of course, that you are able to reach back to the customer quick, maybe 3 times or 4 times or 5 times quicker than you were able to do that before. And that will always improve your efficiency as an agent, and it will improve the satisfaction rating from the customer's point of view. And in the long run, it will ensure that there is a customer retention also available in that particular case, right? Because most of us, would have already gone through this scenario where while, there is a lot of effort that goes into your sale, the post sales or the service effort needs to be as good or even better in order to retain the customer, because that customer is the one who's going to probably spread the word of mouth about your company being a better organization or not, depending on their service experience, right? Now, while this is a set of data that's available for an agent to figure out about the customer, let's assume, or let's take an example of a scenario where a ticket has changed hands from one agent to another. All right, it could be for various reasons where the company has 2 set of agents who would work on different types of tickets on different days, or it could be a scenario where an agent typically would work on, let's say, 20-25 tickets per day, right? Now it is humanly impossible for that agent to remember which ticket is about what context, right? This is where again the power of AI comes into picture and will be able to give the agent a good brief summary about what has been the conversation in this particular ticket, right? So for example, you have visibility to the keywords utilized in the particular ticket, the customer sentiment based on the last conversation with the customer. It could be that a brief summary of what the customer wants to do and what has the agent done, or how's the agent's behavior or reaction been with the customer, what have been the different actions that have been performed by the agent or performed by the customer also, right? So these kind of data points are quickly available with the power of our AI as well in this particular scenario. Again, going back to our basics, quicker response to the customer, higher probability of retaining the customer, right? That's what this is again helping you with. Now, while we are talking about tickets that have come in from chat, now this, for example, is the ticket that has come in through email. We can also have a quick look at how things would look like in the case of a ticket that is coming in from call. Now, what we do is we integrate with cloud dialers, our partners in this particular area, and we get the calls routed to our application itself, so that every agent is able to interact with the customer from a single application, of course, again, right? So in this particular case also, this is a ticket which has come in through a call, inbound telecall, right? So in that case, what could happen is, during the whole conversation, there could be an AI behind the scenes, right? Or there is an AI behind the scenes who would, possibly, first of all, we would be able to get the recording of the call, from our partner. And second of all, there would be data points such as the call analytics, the customer sentiment, and other such data that can be, or that would be shared by the telephony provider, so that again, if any agent or if any supervisor, any group manager, any team lead, or any other person is looking at this ticket while working on the ticket, they have complete visibility to the ticket irrespective of channel as well, right? So that's something else that we can look at from an AI perspective, in order to again help anybody who's going to work on a ticket to do a more efficient job with it, right? Similarly, being a true omni-channel solution, apart from email, call, chat, we also support social media, right? Which is very important in today's day and age. Like Sachin took an example, right? In his case, he might prefer Instagram, where he's following the company's page, and if he's raising any query, he might probably directly raise it on as a comment on one of the company's posts, or it could be as a DM through Instagram itself, right? So this would include Instagram, Facebook, any other social media that you can think of. So what we do is we integrate with these channels as well, so that if the customer is reaching out to me from any place, right, it could be any channel, I am able to service them from a single platform. And I, as an organization, would not want my agents to have, say, 4, 5, 6 different tabs open on their screen. And I would prefer them having a single tab wherein all the data points are visible to them, and they are able to take the conversation forward with the customer and able to easily respond to them and resolve their queries as soon as possible, right? So this is with regard to what we can do with AI on our different channels of conversation as well, right? So now, not to leave an important aspect of analytics also that is important for businesses, right? So that is where we have a capability in place here, wherein we'll be able to talk a bit about analytics as well. So we have an inbuilt analytics tool which we can utilize to build various reports and get various insights for you as an organization, in order to maybe improve your operations, or see how the performance is going as well, right? So in this particular case, let me take a quick gander with regard to a report here, which is an overall performance report. So first of all, I have a tabular report here, and I can also configure this to be able to give me a visibility in terms of my need. And the same report can be utilized and shared with different roles and different people in the organization, so that they have visibility to the necessary data point as required, right? So in this case as well, I'm just doing a drag and drop, and I'm just making some mild changes to the report in order for me to be able to look at a better view. So right now, based on the performance, I'm able to see that this is how the data is going in terms of performance from April to May, right? So similarly, I would also be able to create different sets of reports or different sets of analytics and gain insights from them with ease, using the analytics section of our capability as well. So yeah, just to summarize of what we've discussed so far, we spoke about the AI capability of how we can reduce agent intervention, with the help of the AI bot in terms of conversing with the customer. Then we also saw how we can look at different channels from where customers can reach out to us, and how the conversation can be personalized to them. Thirdly, we also saw how AI can help us summarize conversations. AI can help us bring in different analytics, maybe from email, maybe from call, and any other channel, right? And lastly, we also saw how an analytical report can also help us in identifying our gaps and helping us improve our operations as well, right? So I guess that brings me to the end of my demonstration. If I'm sure that there would have been many questions in the chat, right, Sachin? I'm hoping we've been able to answer them as well.
Hello, joining back. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, you're audible, Saleh.
Yeah.
Yes. So, yes, we've got a lot of questions in the chat. We have very engaging audience this time around.
Great.
Shout out to you guys for actually paying attention, asking questions.
Thank you so much. I think that always justifies a conversation, right? Because it should never be a one-ended conversation.
Right. So, we've got one question from Sharat Nair. I hope
Mm-hmm.
I'm pronouncing it right, Sharat. The question is on our AI capabilities, on the Service CRM's AI capabilities. Could you help us understand how this would be different from the older chatbots before AI became trendy, which could have handoff processes sequenced into different inflection points?
Sure. So to answer this, Sarat, the difference is really very big, like compared to the chatbots we had before generative AI came in and the chatbots of today. The difference is huge. What has not changed is if you want to put in flows like for this type of question, this should be my response, or this is the further question that I want to ask the customer before they go to the next question. You can still set up flows like that even with our bot, for example, right? But what AI helps you to do is that the customer can practically frame their question in any way, right? So I as a end consumer would usually want to type. I prefer typing my question instead of following a flow, right? So I can type any question to a bot, and based on the knowledge base, it can answer any question in its own language, right? And the beauty of AI is that you can keep updating your website in the background, and you don't have to run any code for the bot to learn what changes have happened, right? So that is almost instant, and the bot will learn what new things have happened, and it will answer based on that automatically, right? And the bots of today can be extremely contextual as compared to the bots before generative AI. So if I'm asking a question about a very minute detail in my insurance policy, for example, the bot will be able to know from my data which is the insurance policy that I have bought, and go to the help section of that policy and answer me directly.
Excellent. So, essentially, we've eliminated the training costs for your bots.
Yeah,
Okay. Let me look at a few other questions. So we've got a question from Sandeep. Do we need to have a WhatsApp business account as a business, or is it enough if we opt for Service CRM?
okay. So Sandeep, to offer support on WhatsApp, you will always need a WhatsApp business account. Uh, as a business, it is the business's choice to offer support on WhatsApp, or in a lot of cases, our customers just offer support on the mobile app or on the website. So if you choose to do that, then you don't need a business account. But in all other cases, you would need a WhatsApp business account. And we support any vendor from which you are procuring the business account. It could be vendors like Gupshup, Kalera, where you would procure the WhatsApp account. But that is all you have to do, and the system supports everything else after that.
I hope that answers your question, Sandeep. So for the next question, we've got a question from Anish. Is there any management summary report available for intervention if needed, or an assessing support?
Okay, so I'm assuming this is for interventions when there are misses happening with SLAs, or if there are certain channels on which requests are not being resolved, the speed of resolution is slow, or uh, the requests are taking more time than usual to get resolved. In all such cases, there are multiple reports available. There is a dashboard also which gives you the entire picture of what is happening around your tickets. So, which shows you at a point of time how many open tickets you have, how many total tickets you have, and which agents are adhering to SLAs, which agents are lagging behind in adhering to SLAs. All that is available as part of management report.
Right, we got another question. Uh, got one from Santosh. So Santosh wanted to know about the omni-channel capabilities of Service CRM. So are these from which all platforms Service CRM can get capture inquiries? Also, when your agent is responding to them, are they receiving the reply on the same platform or are they receiving the reply on a different platform?
Sure. So,
Essentially, yeah.
so the platform supports different channels from starting from phone call to email to WhatsApp. For social media, we support um, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. So all the messages that come in from the customer, it could be a message, it could be a mention on a post, which where we tag a brand and we say, "I had this problem with your support," right? So all of those queries can be answered directly from the system, and the reply will go to the customer's channel, right? So the conversation happens on the channel where the customer originally started it. Only if there is a case where you have to log a query and you want to reply to the customer at a later time via email, if you have to upload documents or add more members in the thread, then you can use email. But otherwise, our system supports replying to the same channel from which customer reached out.
Okay, I hope that answered your question, Santosh. Satisfactorily. Next, we've got another question from Sandeep. Uh, I'll just read it out. Hi, Sachin. You have mentioned if we have KB and if any customer is trying to search, you will show the accurate information. Can you talk more about it on what all formats allowed and so on? So let's just start with what is KB for everyone and then address this question.
Sure. Um, so, uh, Sandeep is talking about what formats knowledge base supports, right? So, businesses usually have a list of questions and answers or a list of articles based on which they want to support their customers. So, that that data could be available as a web page. It could be available as a uh, Microsoft document. It could be available as a PDF document. So all those formats are supported. Basically, you can upload a file or you can just give a link to your website, and it could be we support multiple links also, right? So if you as a business have five different links for support of five different products, you can put all of that into one bot, and the bot will be trained on all of this.
Right. Okay. Now we've got one question from the landing page that we got earlier. So, our customer, our prospect want to know in EdTech, it's a mammoth task to handle all the inquiries and requests and issues that students raise. So, how would Service CRM help with that? Do you have a use case for EdTech?
Sure. So the question is from just for me to see it again. So Leah, who asked this question?
It was from the landing page. Sorry, it was from Shailja.
Okay. 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 Sure. Sure. So for edtech use cases, we have a lot of different use cases that the product supports. So the support queries can range from what is happening with a course enrollment, what is the status of enrollment, or if if the student has taken the course on EMIs, how many EMIs have been paid, what is the status on the last EMI, or it can be queries like what happened to the link that he was received for a class is not working, right? So all those kind of queries can be there, and with a knowledge based kind of support for standard questions like uh, what are the different inclusions in a particular course, right? Those things knowledge going on, and it can answer from there quickly. And for other things like if there is a very specific information like I cannot access my link also, if that is a part of FAQs, the bot can answer immediately saying that this is what you can do to get the link working, right? It could be clearing your browser cache or anything like that, just an example. So all those things AI can help with. And we have a lot of customers in the edtech space that we support already, and these are some of the use cases that I know of which I can talk about.
Perfect. So, right, everyone. Now, we mentioned that, we have a surprise for you, right? And since you've stuck around so till this point, we just unwrap the surprise real quick. So, we have Lead Squared's partner, Frisian, joining in, and they have a lot more to add on the AI side of what you can do with Service CRM. So, we've got Subhash Kaluri, who is the founder of Frisian. Hi, Subhash.
Yeah. Hi, Saleha. Thank you very much. Hi, everyone. Um,
Thanks, Subhash.
so, hi. So, we are the calling partner for Lead Square as well as for Service CRM. And as you know, as we all know, I mean, especially we Indians like to the best way to communicate. What we prefer is through voice. So that's the reason why you can see that majority of our customers prefer calling than taking time to chat or send us an email. I mean, if you take North American market, they prefer emails and chat. But if you take our Indian market, they prefer to talk because it's much more faster to get a resolution and get a proper understanding of both the parties. And so far, we have been great partners with B Square, and we're serving quite a number of customers. So before I get into details, so I just want to reiterate 2 points that we everyone voted for. One is providing consistent service across the channels, and second one is maintaining up to date customer information, and third one is context. And these 3 points are what I'm going to discuss now in the following slides. So, Region is a call automation platform. We are integrated with ServiceNow, and we are integrated with LeadSquare as well. We have a lot of features. I'm not going to go into details of the features, uh, in detail. We have call routing, call transfer, IVR, call waiting. All these features to handle your customer support teams. Now, where we are adding real value is the AI. Okay, so if you go back to those 3 points, which is providing consistent service across the channels. So when a customer has conversation with your team member, Frisian can make sure that like the customer has the best experience when they're interacting with your agent. So we take a sentiment score, and we also collect the talk time ratio where how much time your actually agent was listening to your customer, because that's very important. And during the call, we also provide the summary of the call after the end of the call, so which gives a context for the next available agent or the next interaction when any agent is having interaction with the same customer. And the third one is we extract the question and answer that was discussed during the call. because that's the information that is very very important for the sales agents or the management to understand what are the most recurring issues that are faced by the customer. So once you get an analysis of these two, you'll have a pretty good idea about how to improve the product or how to improve the process to make sure that the issues are not coming up again and again. Okay. And yeah, so as if you remember the presentation given by Amog and Sachin, so when all you have to do to use Frisian is just click on the call button, because Frisian is seamlessly integrated into LeadSquare. And once the calls are finished, we using APIs, we pull back the call summaries and questions asked during the call, and you can see it on your screen. So you can see all the summaries of the calls that were interacted earlier and all the questions that were discussed in the previous. And with the tighter integration, the reporting is also much more integrated with LeadSquare. So you get a complete picture of how the activity of the agent and the resolution time of the agent to resolve issues and all those parameters. And so I mean just so why Frisian? They're super easy to work with, quick setup, easy to integrate, and we also have additional features with SMS, and the reporting is very very customizable. And we have, I mean, I can say proudly that probably we are the only company that offers 365 days support from 9 o'clock in the morning till 1 o'clock in the from 9 a.m. till 1 a.m. in the next day morning. And this is available 365 days, and it's not a bot. I mean, we always have a human sitting behind a computer in case of escalations, because we understand that we are in the communication business, and communications issues have to be resolved immediately. So we take support very very seriously. And yeah, some of our customers include IDFC, Bank, Cognizant, Select Mobiles, some big brands. Yeah. And thank you guys. If anyone wants to contact us, you can always contact us. These are contact information. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Subhash.
Yeah. Thank you once again for giving us the opportunity.
Thank you, Subhash.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining. And thank you, Sachin and Amok, for the insightful session. If you want to know how Service CRM can change the face of your customer support, then you can just reach out to us or click the link and book a free demo. Thank you. Until next time. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye. Next time.